I'll give you but not the answer you want and then the answer that you want afterwards. I think the reality is is a gigantic market and the needs are not solved yet. And so we need as many people in the space trying different things as possible to be able to change the lives of patients like myself. And the diabetes market is a good example of this, right? There are half as many diabetes patients in the US as there are GI patients. And there are hundreds of diabetes companies, right? Doing really interesting work, approaching it from different angles. And they're all finding a good niche in the market and generating solid returns for investors and having sustainable business models. And I think we're going to see that in GI. It's a huge market. I think the other piece to this is just how you present yourself to the business ecosystem and what your go-to-market is. And I think the prescription digital therapeutics route is really exciting, right? Paratherapeutics in the substance use disorder, and they're doing a couple other things, I think insomnia as well. And some other folks like Mahana Therapeutics, MetaMe with the Regular, like they're going through that model. It's a different approach to the market where certainly there's a value creation and value capture piece to this, right? They create a lot of value, they capture almost all the value that they generate because of the ecosystem that's built, right? It's just like a drug. But I don't think that you're going to be able to get the volume, right? And I think the reality is that there are tons of people, right? If 25% of a commercially insured population has a GI diagnosis, and then another, let's say 10 to 15% have undiagnosed or underdiagnosed conditions, you're never going to be able to meet the demand with that model exclusively. And so that's really important for us is like, we want to make this amazing new science and the innovations that we've developed accessible for as many people. And the reality is also that the conditions that we are trying to address are really hard to manage with one tool alone. And so I think there's actually much more collaboration that can be in this system than we maybe expect, right? Because in my view, these are and conditions rather than or conditions. And by that, I mean, you should do your diet and you should do your psychology and you should do your drugs and you should do your physical activity. There's a lot, but it needs to be tailored to you as an individual. And someone needs to quarterback that. And in lieu of an ecosystem that makes that possible, we think the patient does it, right? And we empower the physician to help extend that care as well. So that's kind of the way that we're thinking about it.